Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to Young Litters Talk. We're here with Ivan Campano. Introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. Like he said, I'm Ivan Campano. I'm a powerlifter. You may know me as a world champion. I was the junior world champion back in 2023. I was this year European Open champion. I also have the total junior world record in the 50 weight class, which I made back in the Open Worlds. Placed second as a junior. So yeah, that's basically the most important aspects of my career so far.
And you're from Spain, right?
Exactly. I'm from Spain. Like I said, this is my first time doing a podcast in English, so I hope you can understand everything I say.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem. So, how did you get into the gym? How old were you, and what got you into the gym?
I started going to a park in outdoors.
Mm,
I don't know how do you call it there, but I was basically doing calisthenics.
Mhm.
yeah.
And when I wanted to switch those workouts home, because it will take me shorter to accomplish the workouts in my home than to go outside. I would just do basic workouts with a bar that I had in my home, a rack, and a bench, and the most, I mean, the easiest things, the easiest exercises to perform equipment were the basics from the squats. I mean, the squat, bench, and also some rows. And I first started doing it without knowing that there was a sport dedicated to that.
Mm,
And when I started seeing that it was something that I was kind of good at, and that I was feeling kind of strong, and that I was seeing some results, not just physically because I wanted to get bigger because I've always been so small, and but also in terms of numbers and weight lifted. Then I started figuring out how to compete. Someone told me that there was a competition at the end of 2018 in
mm.
December, and it was near my house. So I just took the decision to give it a go,
Mm.
and to try the sport for the first time in my debut, which was awful. I placed
Ah.
in last position of the competition. I mean, basically the lifter who lifted the less among all athletes,
Mm.
and yeah, that was my beginning.
How much did you weigh at the time?
I was in the 66 kilo weight class, but I was
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
weighing just 59.2 or something like that.
Ah, okay, damn, nice.
Mm. So did this bad experience motivate you to keep going, or were you gonna quit?
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it was, objectively speaking, it was a bad experience, but I don't know why I didn't take that personal. I didn't take that
Mm.
bad, in terms of, okay, I have to redeem myself from this. I just liked the experience, and just wanted to keep improving, to maybe redeem a little bit from that position that I placed. But I was just having fun and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
What
interesting.
numbers did you hit at the competition?
I mean, I was competing with no equipment at all. I had no belt or knee or knee sleeves,
Yeah.
I mean wrist wraps. I had nothing. But I mean, I think I hit 117.5
Mm.
squat. A night. I mean, I'm talking in kilos. I
Yeah.
don't know what that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in pounds.
Yeah.
Maybe
Kilos is fine.
less. In pounds, it might be like, I don't know, like 250 or something like that.
Yeah.
In bench, I hit 95 kilos,
Mm.
and in on deadlifts, I think I hit 140 kilos.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
this
good.
Yeah.
315.
How old were you here?
Mm.
Uh, I was, yeah, I was 17. Yeah,
Damn,
Oh,
that's
I
very
was
okay.
good
sub junior
numbers
still.
for a beginner. Yeah.
What was your competition after that?
My first competition after that one was already a national meet.
Ah.
Almost a year past that in October 2019. It was the national sub junior meet, and I managed to do pretty well right in that competition. I broke the Spanish record in my weight class. I was already competing in the 59-kilo weight class.
Yeah. Okay.
I hit pretty good numbers for that time, and I placed second of two that were
Mm.
only competing. But the winner of the weight class was also an international level athlete. So I kind of compared myself to him in that moment and realized
Mm.
that even if I didn't win, I was competing with the best that we had at the time in my country. So I
Yeah.
felt really good because of that, because I almost beat him. I mean, I think he had an advantage of me of just 2.5 kilos or something like that in the
Damn.
final results.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of numbers, I hit a 165 kilo squat, 115 kilo bench,
Mm.
and 180 kilo deadlift, I think.
Did
Damn.
you
Yeah.
by that time had you trained with equipment and all of that and actually got into more like serious powerlifting?
Yeah, by that time I was already in like maybe 7 to 8 months with knee sleeves training,
Mm.
and I think I had been only wearing a belt for the past 3 or 4 months, but yeah, I was already wearing kind of some equipment.
Ah,
Yeah. Okay.
okay. Did you have a coach or anything by then? Or what type of training were you doing?
I had a coach, and I mean it was I didn't last more than a year with him, but it was quite a good help for that moment, because I've always been interested in training, and I've always been studying in terms of everything in programming and all that by myself.
Mm.
But he helped me with the programming, of course. I don't know. I don't really remember the program that we were following, but it was some kind of really basic stuff,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 days a week, um, maybe X2 frequency and all that. It was
Mm.
pretty normal. I was training in at my home gym. I
Ah,
gotta
okay.
say that because I didn't have any machines or cables
Mm.
or anything like that. I was already, I mean, I was doing everything with free weights.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay.
Were you still a sub junior at the time, or have you become a junior?
Exactly. 2019 was my last sub junior year,
Ah,
Ah,
okay.
okay.
and that was a sub junior meet. So
Okay.
I broke the record at the sub junior weight class, and I placed second at the sub junior weight class too.
Yeah.
And that was my last sub junior year. Yeah,
Ah,
Yeah. Okay.
okay. So you were 18 then. Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. Were you thinking about like selections for competing internationally, or was that something you hadn't thought about yet?
Um, I think I started thinking about international level like just a few months before that competition that I
Mm.
just told you about. Because like I said, I was comparing myself to my rival at the moment, which was David Quirante. I don't know if you have heard of him, but he
Mm.
was really good at the 59-kilo weight class. And because he was gonna compete really soon back then in the European Junior
Huh.
Championships,
Huh.
I was comparing myself to his numbers and thinking, oh wow, if he can make podium, maybe I could too, because I'm battling with him, and maybe in a year I could be going to an international competition and do pretty well.
Okay, okay. So what was the training and like mindset going forward after that meet? What were you aiming for?
Well, after that meet, things started going pretty bad, I gotta say,
Mm.
because in 2020,
Yeah, yeah.
we had the COVID thing,
Yeah.
and things, for everyone, in terms of training, in terms of motivation, in terms of, also we had no meets that year, and kind of more personal issues that we all had back then.
Mm.
My training performance really had a hit, and um, I was basically underperforming for almost a year entirely. And at the end of 2020, I kind of had a mock meet in my gym that
Okay.
motivate me a little bit to keep pushing hard and doing what I had to
Yeah.
do. And in 2021, I just started really getting that momentum again.
Mm. Hey.
Yeah.
Though I had a couple of really bad injuries. I mean, not really bad injuries, but injuries that kept me
Yeah, yeah.
from training for a couple of months. And at the end of 2021, I had another competition finally,
Okay.
without having any meets since
Yeah.
the one from 2019, and that competition went pretty well.
Mm.
I placed second again, but I was competing at the 66 kilo weight class, weighing again
Oh,
like
okay.
60 or 61,
Uh-huh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
and my numbers were quite higher. That was the first time I squatted 200 kilos.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
I benched like 112.5 or 115, something like that, because
Damn.
the main injury I had that year was a pec injury.
Aha.
Oh, okay.
and and I deadlifted 240.
Mm.
My sumo that year really went through the roof, and
Yeah.
that was I think that was the set point for the upcoming years in the
Yeah.
international level.
Mm. Was that a national competition or what type of competition was it?
It was a regional competition. I mean,
Mm.
like a local meet. So it wasn't a big meet, but it really meant it really. I mean, it meant a lot for me because it meant that I had finally already gone over my difficulties, and I finally had the chance to really show myself what I was capable of, and just keep just keep on track, and not really, just a way to let myself know that if I wanted to be good at this sport,
Yeah.
I just had to keep doing what I was doing.
Mm. Okay. And how was 2022 then? I know that that was a really that year and 2023 was really good years for you.
Well, 2022, actually, I wouldn't say it was a really good year, because it was my first international year.
Yeah.
I had my first international competition in August, I think, in the junior worlds,
Yeah.
in which I placed fourth.
Mm.
So I mean, in the how do you call the in the preliminary nominations,
Nominations, yeah.
I was placing exactly. I was placing first. So coming into that meet with a first place and then placing fourth, it
Yeah.
really
Mm.
affected me emotionally.
Yeah.
And I think I was just facing something that was too big for me at the time, because I really felt like a boy, like a really little boy,
Okay. Uh-huh.
facing something that he couldn't manage to get over, to get, I mean, to get over. I mean, I
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
just feeling so weak in terms of mental strength, because I was kind of strong already, but I really hadn't. I really had no skills in terms of um, managing the stress, the
Yeah.
nervous,
Yeah.
the all that. So,
Mm.
Yeah.
but I managed to place first in the European Junior
Okay.
Championships,
Yeah.
which was in November that year. So that one went a little better, but it
Mhm.
still was not a good meet for me
Mm.
personally.
Okay. So at this time, were you the highest ranked, like 59 in Spain, junior? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So the
Because before you like got to compete at Worlds, did you win any national meet or stuff like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had to go to the national meet that year, which was in April or something like that,
Hmm.
and I was against in the 66 kilo weight class,
ah,
waiting
Okay.
at just 59.0.
Damn. Why
Uh,
were you competing as a 66?
because there was no other competition competitors in the 59 kilo weight
ah,
class, so
Okay.
I just asked my head coach of the Spain selection, if I could compete in the 66 kilo weight class, just to have any rivalry, but I was gonna wait what I needed to wait in order to classify to the worlds.
yeah.
And he said there was no problem. I waited what I had to wait, and I placed second. So that was
Okay.
pretty good.
Mm. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that explains
mm.
a lot.
But the mental side, the first year of internationals was a big hinder, even though you were physically strong enough and you proved yourself.
Exactly.
Mm.
It was. I had to really work on that. I also talked with a friend that's a psychologist, because
Huh.
I really needed help in order to. He basically um, taught me how to control myself
Mm.
in really stressful situations. Because whenever I would go to I would go on the platform, I
Mhm.
would just go shaking and really not focusing on what I had to do.
Yeah.
And I had no control over anything, so I really had to learn how to control all that, and to really try to just focus on the lift, on what I was doing back in the trainings, and yeah, just gain more confidence. That I really needed that in order
Mm.
to make a competition that was really showing what my strength level could be. I learned to control that, but it took me quite a few months.
Yeah. Was there anything specific that, or like some kind of exercise or like mental exercise or something that helped you specifically?
Yeah, just meditating, just
Mm.
controlling my breath, uh, closing my eyes, thinking about something that was not stressful for me, and counting to three to inhale, counting to six to exhale, and that would just help me.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Um, who were your rivals at that Junior Worlds? Is there anyone that still competes today?
Yeah, from that podium I remember, I'm competing against one of them this in this open worlds next
Ah,
week
okay.
in Lithuania, who is Dixon. I don't know if you know him. He's from Canada.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So he's the one I'm competing against. And also the champion that year was Jonathan Barros, however
Ah,
you
yeah,
pronounce it.
from
Yeah.
He's
Argentina.
from Argentina.
Yeah.
Exactly. Um, I don't know if he's ever gonna compete again in at an international level. He should definitely because he's really so strong. I follow him. I
Yeah.
follow him on Instagram. And second placer that year was I think a guy from Japan. That I think is actually competing again this open worlds because none
Oh,
of
Mm.
them is still a junior. I'm the only one who's still a junior.
Mm.
Yeah. So at least two of them
yeah,
are gonna be seeing me again this
yeah,
next
cool.
Interesting.
week.
Okay. What year are you born, by the way?
I was born in 2001.
Ah, okay. So this is your last year, right? As a junior.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what led into 2023 where you had a much better competition season?
I think what helped me the most was not only practicing what my psychologist
Yeah.
had taught me, but also a national meet that I had in April 2023. That it was kind of a test to see if all that that I had been putting on practice
Mm.
was really having any impact on me. And that meet went pretty well. I hit some pretty good numbers,
Okay.
and it's not only the numbers that I had, but also the confidence that I had that day made me really trust in myself
Yeah,
and think, okay, I finally felt that I had everything under control, that I can do this myself, that I can do this with no problem, that I have no need to get nervous again. And I just want to repeat it. I just want to repeat that good feeling that I had.
Mm.
And I was coming into Worlds Open 2023 with that same
Yeah.
mentality, knowing what I was really capable of, and just trying to improve in every lift, which I did, and just trying to finally show myself as the strong lifter that I wanted to show myself as.
Yeah.
yeah.
What led you to the decision of doing open worlds that year and this year?
Um, that's a really good question. I think we just had the chance to do both, and we
Yeah.
wanted to do both because we were seeing the numbers, and also because the open worlds from 2022, the previous year, um, the winner from that year was, I mean, I think it was Antoine Garcia,
Yeah.
the guy from France,
Yeah.
and he made a total that was under my best competition total.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we just wanted to to see if we could make a better total
Yeah. Yeah.
on the open stage, and possibly get a really good price, because that was the first year that SBD was giving away prizes
Mm.
to
Interesting.
Yeah.
the top three winners.
Mm,
I
Huh.
mean,
Okay.
monetary prizes, and that was also a
Yeah.
motivation for sure.
yeah, of course.
How did that work? So top three got like money prizes. What type of? Are you allowed to talk about it?
An open. I think it's. I think everyone can look it up. I don't know if it's a secret. I hope it isn't, because I'm gonna I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
But third place was getting probably like £1,000 maybe,
Okay.
Yeah.
£1,000 for third,
Damn.
two or £3,000 for second,
Mm.
and
Mm.
I think like I think like £5,000 for first,
Ah,
Damn. Okay.
nice.
something
That's
like
good.
that. Like, it's less in total in dollars, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's nice. What is called? But was it only for SBD athletes or for just all competing athletes?
For all competing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
It,
nice,
it
nice.
didn't
Okay.
matter if you had no contract personally, then yeah, you would also get the price.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Cool.
So how was everything leading up to where you are at now, with training and with competitions? Now that you're gonna do worlds in a week.
Um. Okay, so last Open Worlds was my best
Yeah.
competition to this day. Um, the next two competitions were the Junior Worlds next year in August slash
Yeah.
September. I think it was in August, and that competition went a little bit worse.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I don't know how many things could have gone wrong for that meat prep, but the important thing is that that meat didn't go as well as planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I had the Open Europeans this past March, which also didn't go as well as we would have liked to. But
Mm.
some injuries here and there, some things here and there. Um, but this final like 2 months from this last Europeans
Yeah.
had gone pretty well,
Okay.
Yeah.
and we feel like we're back on track to make our best competition ever, and we hope
Yep.
that the result really shows that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been
Uh,
seeing. Oh, go ahead, Luke.
One thing I want to ask you about is like weight class stuff. You mentioned that your first competition you weighed at like you were 59, but you basically were 66. Um, have you ever like thought about going up because you're still a 59,
Mm.
like in your powerlifting career, or is it something you want to like save for later?
Yeah, I mean, I've almost always thought about going up because
Hmm.
I'm not too tall,
How tall are you?
but I have sometimes in feet I don't know, but I
In
am
centimeters.
100 centimeters.
158 centimeters.
Okay.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So I've sometimes I've kind of struggled a little bit to cut weight, and it's not just the struggle to lower my body weight, but the also because of the I mean, every time I would go down to 59, I will feel skinnier. I would
Mm.
feel weaker under the bar. I will feel like less stable. Like
Yeah.
everything just felt heavier. And in the opposite side, every time I would go up to 62 and a half to 63, which is not a big difference, but
Mm.
it really made a difference for me.
Yeah.
Every time I would go to that weight, things would really felt pretty well in terms of stability,
Mm.
Yeah.
just making me feel strong overall.
Hmm.
And I really want to go up to 66, but as long as I'm still competitive in the 59 and we still feel like we have job to get done in the 59, like
Mm.
maybe
Yeah.
improving our own world record and things like that, we're probably
Mm.
staying in the 59 maybe for at least for this year.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
So now that it's your last junior year, you want to get like the last you can on the junior records, and then after maybe you go up when you're a senior.
exactly.
Okay, interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been seeing your training recently, like going to Worlds. It's been looking really, really good. You're doing reps on 600 total, and now your final training, you did a 210 squat, 140 bench, 260 deadlifts, right? Pretty easy. So I'm expecting some really good Worlds now.
I hope the same. Yeah, I mean, training has been really good since Europeans.
Yeah.
It's true that starting this mid block 5 or 4 weeks ago, I got really sick, and after that, because I lost like 3 to 4 kilograms
Oh
of
wow.
body weight, I had to just get started again, basically.
Mm.
Um, I kind of lost a little bit of hope in the beginning,
Yeah.
but things starting taking a little more momentum after that. So now, like you said, I had a 610 kilos total,
Mm.
which is
Mhm.
already over the world record and my best competition total.
Yeah.
And I hope that uh, a week out from now in Lithuania, I'm gonna be able to smash that total
Yeah.
and to possibly make something really interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you have any message or anything you want to say to your competitors?
um, there's if you are trying to go that way. But I mean, I really get on well with every guy that's competing and that I know of. The
Yeah.
Canadian guy, I'm gonna swap singlets with him. Also, the this guy from Great Britain,
Yeah.
Ishtiak Nabi. I don't know. I think you know
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really get on well with this. We're gonna take a family photo at the end, and we're
Mm.
all gonna be happy. Um,
Yep.
I mean, I of course I'm the only one that's gonna be able to break the junior world total record because I'm the only one that's still a junior.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that that gold medal of the total,
Yeah.
but was be really ahead of anyone else.
Yeah. Was good. It's
I mean,
really.
if he has a bad day, and I had a really glorious day, I might get a chance to take that crown
Yeah.
and possibly go to Sheffield because I would need a 637.5 total
Yeah.
to go
Exactly.
to Sheffield, and but only if that's a total that beats Waskar's total.
Yeah.
So things are pretty hard to get done if that's the only goal. But if we place anywhere in the podium, we're definitely going to World Games next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Mm.
that would we have three goals. Okay, we have the goal to win, if the goal to classify for World Games,
Yeah.
and the goal to break the junior total world record.
Okay.
And if
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
to send a message for my rivals, I would just say to them that I wish you good luck. But on the platform, there's no allies, so
Mm. Yeah.
I'll just do what I have to do.
Yeah. How do you feel about World Games combining the weight classes? So it'll be 59 and 66. Would you not want to cut then? Would you want to go heavy body weight so you can up your numbers?
Yeah, I'm really gonna go heavier for World Games. I don't know if I wanna get as close as possible to 66,
Yeah.
since the podium is gonna be based on GL points, I think.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to go heavy enough that I really can up my numbers, but not so heavy that I lose some GL points. So
Yeah,
we just
Mm,
figure out what weight, what body weight I'm the better at.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That will be interesting. Are you gonna do Junior Worlds too this year?
Yeah, yeah, most likely. I
Oh
mean,
wow.
I've already, yeah,
Okay, and
prescribed
Euros.
myself. So I don't know about Euros because I've already won
Yeah.
junior Euros. But if we see a chance to improve my total world record again, and we really want to do it,
Okay.
we possibly go for it. Yeah,
Yeah, that would
I don't
be
too,
know
because I'd
if
like
you.
to spend.
Oh, no, no, no.
keep
Sorry.
going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Now, I was just gonna say, that I would prefer not to go to Europeans,
Yeah.
because I would like to spend more time just going up to 66
Yeah.
and try to start establishing those numbers and feeling better in that body weight, that not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
cutting again and again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably the best move.
So, if you wanna talk about it, what numbers are you aiming for at Worlds?
Would be the best case scenario and the worst
Yeah.
case
Yeah.
scenario. So the best case scenario would be hitting a 220 kilo squat,
Mhm.
Mm.
um, a 145 bench. I think I'm gonna do the math quickly, and a 272.5 kilo deadlift. Yeah, that would
Okay.
make a 637.5 kilo total.
Mm.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Um, but that would be the glorious scenario. I mean,
Yeah.
there will have there will need to be a miracle in order for everything to go really really well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
worst case scenario, I bump out. But I mean, a realistic scenario, I may hit, I don't know, a 210 kilo squat, a 137.5 kilo bench maybe,
Mm.
and a 265 kilo deadlift just to
Yeah.
improve my European junior record, and that will give me a 612.5 kilo total,
Okay.
which I think it would also make me, I mean, get me to the podium
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
classify to World Games. But you know, it is um, way under the best goal. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
We will
Yeah.
see.
It will be
Do you have any
interesting.
problems with the elbow depth in bench or the elbow room?
Uh, Sorry, you mean if I've already had
No.
issues
Do
with
you
that?
have any problems? Yeah. Or
Uh, I mean, in less Europeans, I had one red light, I think, in one attempt,
yeah.
and sometimes I kind of struggle to hit the elbow depth,
Mhm.
but I think that will manage, and
Okay.
that wouldn't be the case for the competition.
Mm.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. It will be really interesting this year at Worlds because we have so many good deadlifters, so it will be up to the last second who wins.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're not anymore in prime time, but
Yeah.
I think it will be really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, you talking about like you staying in the 59 for so long and trying to go up soon. How does your nutrition look? How many calories do you eat a day and all of that stuff?
Um, well, I have a nutritionist,
Mm.
and at the moment I'm at like 2,000 and 100 calories,
Okay.
more or less, which is maintenance for me. I'm right now waiting at 61.3 or something like
Okay.
that, or 61.1, something like that. So I really make a big cut in the last week, because I'm already. I mean, I'm still 2 kilos over my weight class, and I
Yeah.
have to cut them
Yeah.
down. But that's always an easy part for me. I don't mind struggling with dieting anymore.
Okay.
I used to really feel bad about it in the past, but now it's just part of the process, and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But really, I see diet as something really simple. I eat like a dog. I eat the same thing every
Yeah.
day, and
Yeah.
I don't mind. I enjoyed it. I eat really simple things,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it. That's it's a really easy part for
Yeah.
me, the of the sport.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of the best athletes do that. It's one of the like methods that works the best when you eat very similar
Yeah.
foods and plan everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm, who would you say in powerlifting? Which athletes are your inspirations, or who's like your favorite powerlifter, or top three?
Um, okay, top three. Um, Nowadays, I would probably put Austin Perkins at the
Okay.
top,
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
because he's one of the strongest and also one of the lightest. That's one of the strongest
Yeah.
in the powerlifting world in general.
Yeah.
Um, I also really like Ashton Ruska
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of the way he hypes himself up and how he gets so angry after a good lift
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
how he looks like he's about to kill someone.
Yeah.
And I also like Gavin Aiden
mm.
and Jesus Olivares for the
Yeah.
same thing, because they look so angry and so dangerous when they're fired up.
Yeah.
But if I had to mention just one, I would mention Taylor Atwood. He's been
Mm.
my definitely most
Yeah.
I don't know. He's been my role model since I started, and he just makes me look at him like he's a god, or at least
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he was competing as at his prime. Because just the way he looked at the bar when he was going to step onto the platform, he looked so confident and so sure about what he was doing.
Mm.
And like I told you, I wasn't feeling pretty confident in myself back in 2022, and I saw in Taylor what I wanted to become. So
Okay.
I wanted to feel as confident and as strong and as sure about how strong I am and how I can do this, and how nothing can stop me. That's what Taylor Atwood transmitted me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that. When you see someone that has like a characteristic you wanna have or something you relate with, you look up to them. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Do
Yeah,
you think Taylor will come back?
I would really like to. I know
Yeah.
he's had some bad injuries in the past year. I mean, I think he's had problem with one of his knees
Yeah.
since Sheffield. He's also had some back injuries, I think. He's also getting older. He's got a
Yeah.
son and all that. He's got a job. He's not living on powerlifting. So I don't know. I would hope
We'll
so.
see.
I would really like to see him back on the platform.
Yeah.
I don't think we're seeing a better version of himself. I think his prime may have finished.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
we thought the same about Ray Williams a couple years ago,
Exactly.
and now he's back and he's looking pretty strong. So
I mean,
we
look
never
at
know.
Shell.
Yeah.
Shell
Exactly.
Backlund. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Taylor's training has is looking like the best in a long time right now. So yeah, we will see.
Yeah.
It will be fun
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
see him in
Talking
competition.
about like outside factors of life with Taylor Atwood, how does your life outside of powerlifting look? Do you live off of powerlifting? Are you studying? Or how does your life look?
Okay, so I finished studying last year.
Mm.
So I'm now just trying to dedicate myself fully to the powerlifting as an athlete and as a coach.
Okay.
Though I'm not coaching too many people now, but I would like to be a full time coach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still learning. I've subscribed to powerlifting now,
Yeah.
so I've always try to keep up to date in terms of every research or every tendencies you would call it, like the things that people are normally doing
Yeah.
for programming and all that. So yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
cool.
Uh, Short-term goals and long-term goals. We would like to ask you, like, short-term would be like during this year, and long-term would be like your whole powerlifting career. What would you say are your short-term and then long-term goals?
Okay, so my short term, we've kind of talked about it
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit. Short term, it would only be trying to do the best at these next open worlds. Also try to win junior worlds and set the highest total junior world record possible for that to stay
Yeah.
for as many years as possible to keep my name on the top.
Mhm.
And for the next years and in the long term, I would just like to keep moving forward in my athlete career. I would just like to I'm already sponsored by SBD, but here in Spain,
Mm.
we don't have to. I mean, you couldn't just live off of that.
Mm. Okay.
So I would like to make my life off of powerlifting
Yeah.
as an athlete and as a coach, and to be recognized not only as a good athlete but also as a good coach
Yeah.
and you know just that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Interesting.
Who would you say your biggest like coaches inspiration is? Some coaches you look up to.
Um, I could mention my own coach for that
Yeah,
question because I'm being coached right now by the host trap on Instagram,
yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and Fran Bermejo is his real name, and he's been coaching me since January 2022.
Okay.
More than happy with him. I also look up to him in terms of stress management because he's had some really difficult injuries as well, and
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of similarities in between me and him, but uh, just before than me.
Yeah.
So he's taught me a lot, and he's also a pretty freak in terms of pretty he studies a lot, and I
Mm.
also feel like I have a lot to learn from him,
Yeah.
and we're connected. We're connected in terms that whenever we see a problem, we usually think about the same solution. I can consider him a friend of mine, so we have a really good relationship, and I think that all
Yeah.
makes a really good context for everything to just work pretty well.
yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
one like question I want to ask you. Yeah, of course, like we talked about, you're competing at Open World Championships in Lithuania in about a week. Um, I don't know if you listen to like any preview podcasts, but your name has come up a lot of times, and like even Americans think that you have a chance to beat Oscar.
Mm.
Do you feel like any certain pressure leading up to this competition that you haven't felt before? And how does do you get affected by it? Like, do you even care or?
Um, okay, so I haven't listened to those podcasts because I've only been told about one mention of myself in one podcast, and I don't even remember who said anything about me. But
Even
I know
Walker's
that.
coach has talked about you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay, Steve,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
exactly.
But did he say that that I have a chance to beat him? I don't think. I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah.
it's
He said that
I don't
he
know,
scouted you
Lucas.
and stuff. Listen to
okay.
White Light preview.
Okay. Um. So yeah, I feel the pressure. There's some pressure. I feel more pressure from people around me that really
So
believes in me, because
Yeah.
people from America is gonna support their guy, and
yeah.
people around me is gonna support more me.
Hmm.
How do I deal with that pressure is a really good question. I
Yeah.
would say that I've been dealing with it quite better than in the past,
Yeah.
because like I said in back in my first international competitions, I would always deal with that really bad, and let it affect me pretty negatively.
Yeah.
Now I would say that that pressure really gets me going, and motivates me, and really makes me feel like I have something important to show people, and that I can make. I see that as an opportunity to make an impact on people all around the world. So
Yeah.
it's pretty exciting for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's nice to
Do you
hear.
think America will do a clean sweep on the men's side as girls?
Ah, I mean, probably it's hard to say no, because with all the athletes that are coming to the IPF this year, I don't. I mean, they all look so ahead of everyone else.
Yep.
I don't think many countries have any chance. Yeah,
No.
so America is probably gonna take over. Like McGregor said, we're not here
Mm.
Yeah.
to take part. We're here to take over. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Danny, do you want to ask anything before I move on to the
No,
final?
we'll go for the last questions.
Okay,
Wrap
so
it
we
up.
have some questions here, like, uh, yeah, I don't know how to describe them, but they're not very like you don't need to answer very like long.
Yeah,
But
quick.
what kind of music do you listen to in the gym? And if you have like one PR song that you can recommend to people, what would that be?
I listen to everything, but what really motivates me the most is just rock, modern rock. I
Okay.
like Bring Me the Horizon. I don't know if that
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
group.
That's good.
I also love From Ashes to
On the
New.
top. Sorry.
Yeah.
And if I had to choose just one song, and this is one song that I save only for my last
Mm.
deadlift attempt in
Okay,
every
okay.
competition. This is a song that I never hear outside of the
Okay.
of third attempt. That's the I don't know the name, but you may know the this part of the song that says "I am the storm that is approaching."
Ah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah,
song
yeah,
that
Yeah,
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 Hannah
yeah.
has used a lot in his
Yeah.
reels, and yeah, that's a really good song for me. I really like it.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a banger.
What's your favorite exercise in the gym? It can be like SPD too.
Um, uh, f- uh, I would say the three basics.
Yeah.
The squat is the least one I like, because um I really get tired doing it. It brings me a lot of fatigue. I really like the deadlift, but I
Mm.
also have to load and so many plates. So
Suffering from
I may
success.
choose the bench.
Okay,
Exactly.
nice. Your favorite movie or like TV show? I don't know if you watch any, but
Uh, um, if I had to choose one TV show, I would say Rick and Morty.
Okay.
mm, good.
And if I had to choose a film, yeah, if I had to choose a film, I would definitely choose The Incredible Hulk from
Oh,
Mm.
2008.
nice,
2008.
nice.
Okay.
Um, so in your opinion, who is the best lifter in the world right now?
In my opinion, yeah, I think I would say Austin Perkins. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
as as much as I don't really like to say it, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, so if you could go back in time when you first started lifting, um, and you could like talk to yourself back then, what advice would you give yourself when you started?
Okay, I wouldn't do anything differently because I like what I've been doing
Hmm.
these years, and I think I've needed that all process to learn. But I would recommend myself to not focus or not pay attention to negative thoughts too much, because I
Yeah.
usually you know think I usually overthink too much about things that I don't feel good with. And
Mm.
Yeah,
I would just recommend me to focus on what I can do, on the good things, and it's just that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's good advice.
nice.
Yeah. We'll do a quick little outro now. Uh, so thank you for taking the time to get on, even though we had technical difficulties and all of that. And we should definitely have you on some other time in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
That's on me. I'm sorry for every delay that we've had.
no
Ah,
problem, no problem.
it's fine.
And thank you to all the listeners for listening. If you got to the end now, and leave a 5-star rating on Spotify, and like and share the podcast on YouTube and all of that.
Do you have any shout outs you want to
Yeah,
give?
anyone you want to
Like
shout
any
out?
sponsors or
Or
coach or something?
Um, well, shout out to my coach, to my girlfriend, also to my family, to my friends, to everything that to everyone that supports me, and that's gonna watch me at a live stream at the Open Worlds. And thank you guys for inviting me. I hope we've kind of understand each other pretty well,
yeah,
and really, I'm
Yeah,
really thankful for what you've done.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, thanks for this time. Good luck at World 7.
yeah.